Objects that have mass and take up space are called matter. Everything all around you is matter, even people. But what are these objects? How would you describe them if you didn't know what they were? You can describe objects in many different ways, including using sizes, shapes, color, and texture. These are all different properties of matter.
Different objects have different properties, but all have to 1. Take up space, and 2. Have mass. Mass is how much there is of an object. It's related to how much something weighs, but weight and mass are not the same thing.
Volume is how you measure how much space an object takes up. You can do this by multiplying the width times length times height, or with a graduated cylinder. Density is an important physical property. It's the mass of a substance per unit volume.
Buoyancy is the ability matter has to float when placed in liquids. Depending on how dense the matter is, it might have positive, negative, or neutral buoyancy. If an object has positive buoyancy, then it floats, like this boat does. If an object has negative buoyancy, like this anchor, it sinks. Submarines are unique because they have positive, neutral, and negative buoyancy. Now let's look at an example of what density is. See how the molecules are further apart in the air, but in the cube they are bouncing around closer together? That is because the cube is more dense than the air around it. An example of density in everyday life would be populations. If you look nearby the city, there are lots of people living in that area. As you move away from the city, people live further and further apart. Therefore, rural areas are less dense than cities.